Hey guys, 22 Plinkster here. I have a Lithgow LA101 rifle in my hands. Now, I hate to admit, but up till a couple of months ago, I've never heard of Lithgow arms. Now, I may have heard of them in passing or something of that effect, but I definitely have never shot one. And Legacy Sports import these rifles from Australia. That's right, these rifles are made in Australia. So that's about as good as an Australian accent as I can possibly do. But, you know, I'm glad they kind of turned me on to these rifles because these rifles will shoot lights out. Before I go over the specs on this setup, let me shoot it a few times. Now, I'm going to be shooting some CCI green tag, and you're going to notice how quiet this rifle is. Like all bolt action 22 long rifles, when you throw a suppressor on there, you know, and you're shooting subsonic ammo, man, they are extremely quiet. Go over at 100 yards. Nicked it. Hit it good then. All right, now if you were counting, that was 5 shots. It does have a 5-shot detachable polymer magazine. Now I haven't checked, but supposedly that magazine will fit your CZ 452s and your 455s. On this setup, I have my Crossfire 2. This is a 4x12x40. This is made by Vortex, and Optics Planet sent me this particular optic to shoot. Now, Legacy Sports sent me this rifle, and I have been 100% pleased with it. I've had it now for probably about 3 months, and I can go ahead and tell you it is the most accurate bolt-action 22 rifle that I own, and I own several of them. The rumor on the internet is that this particular rifle is the CZ killer. Now, I'm going to lose a lot of you at this point. CZs usually retail between $400 and $600. This rifle in this configuration, without the optic, is about $1,200. Now, I know, stay with me, watch the video, because in my opinion, if you're going to be a serious hunter or a match shooter, that's what I said, a match shooter, this rifle would be a phenomenal choice. Now the barrel on this setup is cold steel, hammer forged, military grade, and all the metal parts on this particular setup are Cerakoted. So you don't have to really worry about too much taking this nice rifle out in the woods and the barrel going to be rusting on you or anything like that. The Cerakote finish is going to protect the rifle. Now that doesn't give you the excuse of not cleaning it, but the Cerakote on this particular setup is a really nice feature. Now the bolt has a 60-degree throw, so if you're shooting an optic, it doesn't get in the way. This action is extremely smooth, and the trigger is lights out. I haven't put the trigger on a gauge or anything, but I'm thinking that the trigger is around 2 pounds to 2 1/4. Now they may advertise it at about 2.5 pounds, but I think it's a little bit lighter than that, and it breaks extremely clean. The stock has very good checkering in it, and the cool thing about this stock right here on the bottom is a place where, in case if you're shooting prone position, you can get this rifle and you can tuck it in very, very nicely. That is a nice little feature. And also it comes with 3 spacers for the butt pad. So if you wanted a longer length of pull, you can add those spacers on there. And if you're a tall guy like me, I don't have any of the spacers in, but I'm probably going to put them in after this video because this is going to be one of these rifles that I'm going to use all the time. But you can increase the length of pull, and like I said, 3 spacers come with every rifle. Your safety is right here on top where it needs to be. Safety has a very good positive click. Press forward to fire and back for safety. They do offer this rifle in 22 long rifle, 17 HMR, and also 22 Magnum. Now that I've shot it a few times at kind of close range, let's take it out on the longer rifle range and see what this rifle is capable of doing at 50 and also at 100 yards. Okay, I have a target down range at 50 yards. I'm going to first try some Federal Gold Medal Ultra Match. I only use 2 different kinds of match ammunition through match guns, and that would be the Federal Gold Medal Ultra Match and also the CCI green tag. Been shooting that stuff for years, love it. But first off, at 50 yards, we're going to see what this Federal Gold Medal Ultra Match will do. It's a 40 grain lead bullet traveling at 1,000, I think 70? Yeah, 1,080 feet per second. All right, 50 yards. Let's see what this rifle will do. First one's right in there at 50. Okay, second one pretty much the same hole. Hole just got a little bit bigger. Same hole. All right, that is a same hole, not through the same hole, but a jagged hole at 50 yards. Now, let's see what the CCI green tag will do. All right, I've retrieved my target downrange. This is what I got at 50 yards. This is a 5-shot group. A little bit less than a 1/2 inch group at 50 yards, pretty much just made a jagged hole. Now, believe it or not, I've actually shot better groups at 50 yards with this rifle off camera. There was one time that it was about the size of a 30 caliber hole in the target at 50 yards, but that's not a bad group at all. That's a very good group. Now I'm gonna be shooting some CCI green tag. This is the other kind of match ammunition that I like to shoot. Now these are traveling at 1,070 feet per second, and it is also a 40 grain lead bullet or lead projectile. This usually does really, really well out of this setup also. All right. Now it may pattern a little bit different on the paper than those shots, but it may be in the exact same spot. I have no idea. Pretty good. It's getting hard to see. Target is moving a little bit downrange. Looking good so far. Printing a little bit to the right. All right, so that's pretty much a jagged hole also at 50 yards using some CCI green tag. All right, I went and pulled my target downrange with the CCI green tag. As you can tell, that's less than a 1/2 inch group at 50 yards. Now this was the same, at the same distance with the Federal Gold Medal Ultra Match. Both of them performed very, very well. But downrange, I have a target at 100 yards. I'm gonna be shooting some of the Federal Gold Medal Ultra Match, and we're going to see what it will do at 100 yards. Now, off camera, I have shot this rifle at 100 yards, and at times I was shooting less than 3/4 inch groups. Shooting very, very well. Now, it's got full sun, this barrel has heated up, this ammunition has heated up, and I know a lot of you guys, rimfire guys that shoot match ammo, a lot out of your rimfires, you know that you're supposed to acclimate the rounds when changing. So if I was going from the Federal Gold Medal Ultra Match to the CCI Green Tag, I need to be shooting about 25 rounds consistently through the barrel to acclimate it. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that today because you guys don't want to see me shoot 25 rounds. And of course I could do that off camera, but I have a lot of stuff to do today. So I've got a target down there at 100 yards. Let's see what this Federal Gold Medal Ultra Match can do. Now I did go up 30 clicks on my scope. I'm not going for bullseye, I'm going for groups. That one did hit bullseye. All right, let's see if I can put another one right there on it. Just a little high left from that shot. Not too bad though. I can do better. Okay, that's more like it. That third shot was touching the first shot. A little bit of breeze. Okay. Got 3 shots touching. Wow. If it wasn't for that one shot, I don't know if it was the wind or me, or it could have been the ammo. But holy cow, that's less than a inch group at 100 yards with hot ammunition and a hot barrel. Let me go down there and grab the target for you guys. I went down range and retrieved the target at 100 yards. Now, for a 308, a match grade 308, this wouldn't be impressive. But remember, we're talking about rimfire here. Anytime that you can get a sub MOA group out of a rimfire, you know, it's a keeper, trust me. These 4 shots right here are less than an inch, okay? It's about a 3/4 inch. Now this one right here, I don't know what happened. It could have been me, it could have been a gust of wind, it could have been the ammunition heating up here on the table. It could have been a number of things. I'm not trying to make any excuses, but I have not had one flyer out of this particular setup since I've owned it. I've had it for a few months now and everything has been 100% consistent. So more than likely, I'm gonna chalk that up to me. But anytime that you can get a rimfire rifle that will shoot sub MOA at 100 yards, you know, you've got something. And I know that this bolt action rifle is out of the price range of a lot of people, but a lot of people that hunt, you know, and you want to make that shot each and every time, you know, this is a great setup. You know, Lithgow says on their website that this is the kind of rifle that you can one day shoot at a match competition and the next day take it into the field. I agree with that. It's pretty, everything about it, it handles very well. It feels like a real rifle and it will shoot lights out. If you have any questions, you can put them in the comments below or go over to my Facebook page, Instagram, or Twitter and ask them there. Until next time, y'all be safe and keep blinking.